two of the world's wealthiest men, not investing in tech, not investing in AI, but investing $2.5 billion into a copper mine in Africa. That is a signal you cannot ignore. If you care about how power and money are actually moving in the world, subscribe to my channel right now, because this is one of those stories everyone reads as a headline, but almost no one acts on. Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates know what copper means. That is why the company they back, KoBold Metals, is putting around $2.5 billion into one copper project in Zambia. Not a fund, not a portfolio. One mine, one bet, one statement. Think about what they are seeing. Global copper demand is set to surge as economies electrify. Electric vehicles, charging networks, data centers, renewable power, AI infrastructure, everything runs through copper. Without enough copper, energy transition is just a PowerPoint slide. Zambia has understood this earlier than most policymakers. The country has a formal strategy to more than triple copper production to 3 million metric tons a year by 2031, up from 820,000 tons today. KoBold's Mingambo project, targeting 300,000 tons a year at full capacity, is being treated as a flagship piece of that plan. Now, here is where it gets serious. KoBold is not a traditional mining company that sends a few geologists, drills a few holes, and hopes for the best. It uses artificial intelligence, geospatial data, and advanced modeling to scan land the way a hedge fund scans markets at scale, with probabilities, not guesswork. The goal: find high-grade copper, cobalt, nickel, and other critical minerals before everyone else knows they are there. And it is not stopping at Zambia. The same playbook is being rolled out across the African copper belt, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Namibia, Botswana, and beyond. Overlay that with geopolitics. The United States and its allies want to cut strategic dependence on China for critical minerals. China has spent the last 2 decades locking in mines, offtake agreements, and processing capacity across Africa. Now, Western capital, armed with AI and massive balance sheets, is racing to catch up, and Africa is one of the main battlefields. So, when billionaires are backing AI-driven mineral exploration in Zambia, this is not just a nice startup story. It's a signal that the real bottleneck for the green and digital economy is not coal, but copper. That the real map of power is being redrawn around critical mineral corridors, not just shipping lanes. That the real opportunity belongs to those who understand how capital, data, and geology are colliding in places like Zambia. Now, let me give you the numbers that most people covering the story are not talking about. The average copper ore grade globally today is below 0.6%. Mingambo's highest quality zones are hitting 5%. That is not just a large mine, that is exceptionally a rich one. It is the kind of grade that makes the economics of a project almost bulletproof, even in a down cycle. In the words of KoBold's own CEO, Kurt House, this deposit contains enough copper to power more than 100 million electric vehicles. Let that sink in. One mine, one deposit, found by artificial intelligence in Zambia. And here is what makes this even more strategic. KoBold has already signed an agreement anchoring Mingambo's copper output to the Zambia-Lobito Railway Corridor, a major new trade route backed by the United States and the European Union, designed to move African critical minerals to Atlantic ports. The significance of that is not just logistical, it is geopolitical. It means this copper will not flow through Chinese-controlled supply chains. It will move through a Western-backed corridor, directly challenging the infrastructure dominance China has built across Africa over the last 2 decades. So, when you add the grade, the scale, and the logistics together, this is not a mining story. This is an infrastructure story. a supply chain story, a story about who controls the flow of the metal that powers the next economy. So, when Bezos and Gates back an AI-driven copper bet in Africa, they are not taking a wild risk. They are positioning themselves exactly where the structural shortage, the policy push, and the new demand curves are all converging. If you are in trade, commodities, or manufacturing, and you're not tracking moves like this, you are not late to the trend. You are off the field. Subscribe and turn on notifications, because every time a shift like this happens in global trade, critical minerals, or the flow of big capital, I break it down for you free before the rest of the world catches up. Because this is not the last time copper or Africa quietly decides the next decade of power and profit.